there, welcome back to our channel, and before anything else, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you want to know more tips on how you can leverage your business, sell more, and earn more. You can use these tips for a business if you're looking for content marketing tips for small businesses, content marketing tips for beginners, or even if you've been doing this for a while. Tip number 1. For content marketing, know who you're writing for. Before you can come up with any kind of marketing plan, online or offline, you need to know who you're trying to reach. But unlike most traditional methods, content marketing requires you to know more than just who your target audience is. In order to use content marketing, you have to write articles, blog posts, and graphics that get people interested. To do that, you need to know what your potential customers are looking for. What do they like to do? What help do they need? How do they search for answers online? And what words and phrases do they use? Here's how this content marketing tip works in real life. A digital marketing strategy for a pharmacy and a digital marketing strategy for a dentist may target different groups, even though they are both in the healthcare field. The pharmaceutical business focuses on doctors, while the dental office focuses on patients, so the content is different. Your content marketing efforts will be much more successful if you know a lot about your audience. And if you've never done this kind of research before, creating personas can be a great way to start. Tip number 2. Write for the people you want to reach. This content marketing strategy may seem obvious, but you need to write for your audience once you know who they are. From choosing what to write about to making the final changes, you should think a lot about your audience. Right from the start, you should choose topics that people might be interested in. This isn't easy, and sometimes you'll be wrong, but you can start by using these 7 ways to come up with ideas they'll love. Tip number 3. Find out what your competitors are doing. Since 48% of business-to-business marketers and 77% of business-to-consumers marketers use content marketing, it's likely that you're not the only business in your industry trying to use content to attract customers. This means that you have competition, but it also gives you the chance to see what other people are making. Look at what your top competitors in your industry are doing with their content strategies. What kinds of formats do they use? What are they talking about? How do the people who read them react? Find a unique way to present your content. This is a very important tip for content marketing. Even though your competitors can give you great ideas for what to write about, you shouldn't publish anything that's too similar to what anyone else has written. After all, the point of content marketing is to give your customers information they can use, not information they can easily find elsewhere. When you see a great idea, resist the urge to copy it with a few small changes. Instead, think of the topic as a place to start and look for ways to add your own twist. This will keep you from becoming part of the echo chamber of online content and make you much more interesting to your readers. Tip number 5. Limit what you want to talk about. When you think about what you want to write about, you may come up with big, general ideas. But if you don't have the time to write long-form content that covers a lot of ground, you should narrow each topic down so that you can cover it fully. This will not only make creating content easier, but it will also help you come up with better topics. It's better to have 10 pages that answer one question completely than to have one page that answers 10 questions with only a little information, especially if each question is about a different subject. Tip number 7. For content marketing, put your readers first. It can be hard to make content that is mostly about giving information. After years of writing copy with the goal of making sales, it's easy to fall back on salesy language. Be aware of this difference and make sure that your main goal in all of your content is to inform your readers. People tend to ignore promotional content these days, which could make it harder for you to build trust with site visitors. Instead, when you're marketing your products or services, Tell people what you do, why it's important, what the benefits are for your business, and how you can help potential customers. Tip number 8, make connections to your business that are relevant. Even though you shouldn't be too salesy, you should look for opportunities to talk about your products or services when it makes sense. Even if it's just a link to another page at the end of a blog post. Keeping people on your site after the first thing they see is important if you want them to become customers. Tip number 9, make goals that can be measured. As with any marketing plan, the content on your site should have clear goals. So before you start, you should decide what you want to achieve. Some of the most common content marketing goals are the following: increase site traffic, bring in more first time visitors, more targeted visitors, and people who want to join your email list, get social media shares, boost conversions on your site. Tip number 10, for content marketing, keep track of your progress. As you use these tips for content marketing and post content on your site, be sure to check your progress against your goals on a regular basis. Even though it's easy to look at how many pages you've published and feel like you've done something, you must check to see if those pages are actually producing results. Check Google Analytics or another analytics program regularly and keep track of the metrics that show how well your site is doing overall. If things are going well, keep doing what you're doing. If they aren't, use the information to change your plan so it works better. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Again, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you want to stay updated for the next episode. Bye for now.